Welcome to Learn Commerce PU online classes. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Hello students, welcome to second PUC Accountancy Revision class. Today we are going to prepare video number 6, that's revision video 6, right? Yes. I was segregating the items into capital and revenue. Let us continue that. I will write some more items and let us clarify those things, and then I will move on to maybe lesson number 2, partnership fundamentals, basic concepts in the next class, right? Yes. Once we cover all the chapters which are there for your board exam, so revision videos, then if still, let us pray COVID should vanish by that time. If it is not, then again we will take up problems, that is new question paper problems. Otherwise, if college gets reopened, then fine, we will solve the problems, 12 marks and 6 marks problems straight away in the class, right? Otherwise, I will upload the problems on the previous day. Next day we will solve the problems in the online class, right? Yes. Now, general donations. You must jot down all the points. All the points you must jot down. You should write this revision video in your notes. Remember, general donations, special donations, or specific donations. Special donations or specific donations. Isn't it? Then entrance fees. Entrance fees. Then life membership fees. Life membership fees, affiliation fees, new I think was the new term, affiliation fees, but I have explained this in the class video. It is there. I don't know whether you have gone through the video or not. That's the biggest problem here, isn't it? Subscriptions to periodicals. Subscriptions to periodicals. Periodicals. Then locker rent. Locker rent. Locker rent. Then telephone charges. Telephone charges. Cost of raising a loan. Raising a loan. Cost of raising a loan. Then comes audit fees. conveyance charges, conveyance charges. Let us analyze these things. First one is general donations. General donation, I told you whether it is big or small, it should be treated as revenue only, right? Revenue. When it is a donation, it is a receipt. So general donation is a revenue receipt. Where should be entered? Should be entered on the which side? Credit side, income side of income and expenditure account. Special donations or specific donations? No doubt. Capital should be added to capital fund. Is it correct? No, should be shown separately. Building fund, construction of swimming pool, fund for construction of swimming pool, isn't it? Or donation for construction of library, like that you have to show it on the liability side of the balance sheet. Then entrance fees. Entrance fees we have already discussed, right? Entrance fees should be treated as regular income, that is revenue, isn't it? Revenue receipt. Of course, there is some explanation in your reader regarding that is entrance fees, but at the end they told it is a customary to treat it as a revenue. So let us treat it as a revenue item only. Clear? Yes. Then life membership fees. Life membership fees is a capital receipt, right? Remember friends, in the examination most of the times they will ask you this practical oriented question as classify the following into capital and revenue. That's all. They will not say capital expenditure, revenue expenditure, capital receipt, revenue receipt. They will not tell like that. In that case, you just write capital, revenue, capital, depending upon the item. Don't write receipt or expenditure if you are not sure. If you are very sure, then write the entire thing. Otherwise, even if you write revenue, and instead of writing revenue receipt, if you write revenue expenditure, then they will deduct 1 mark for this. If your paper fetches 100, then they will deduct 1 mark and they will reduce it to 99. If you write only revenue, then they will put right and they will avoid full mark and they will make it 100. See the condition. If you go beyond and if you do a mistake, then no marks. If you stick on to whatever is asked, then you are the best student. Okay, so be careful. This is the secret of scoring in board exam. You have to make sure these things. So here you just write capital revenue like that. Okay. If you are very sure, then write. But don't write for 3 items. You will write a receipt, capital receipt, capital expenditure, then revenue expenditure. Then for others, you will write only capital revenue. Then again you will lose marks. For those 2, you may lose marks. Be careful. Follow a particular norm and continue. If they ask you specifically in the problem itself, bifurcate this, classify the following into capital receipt, capital expenditure, revenue receipt, revenue expenditure, you must be specific in that case. Then you must write everything. Clear? Yes. The next one is affiliation fees. What do you mean by affiliation fees? All the institutes are affiliated to, that is the university, isn't it? That is, it should be recognized by the university. For that, the institutions should pay that is affiliation fees. Like all universities, isn't it? They are affiliated to the college, education institution. Most of the in most of the banners you might have seen, affiliated to Mangalore University, affiliated to that is a VTU, isn't it? Belgaum, right? Vishweshwaraya Technological University, Technical University, whatever it is, VTU, isn't it? Like that, every institute should have that is affiliated to a particular university coming under its jurisdiction. Every universities will have a particular jurisdiction. Jurisdiction in the sense a particular area. Like MLA is there for a particular area, one MLA, isn't it? Like that. In the same way, it is also defined university's jurisdiction, area of operation is described, and within that jurisdiction, any institutes comes up, then it should get affiliation, that is approval, permission from the concerned university. For that, the institute should pay some, that is amount in the form of, that is affiliation fees. Because universities, they are education institutions, they are the not for-profit organizations, isn't it? Though you are seeing for LKG or UKG, some institutes, they collect around 1.52 lakh, isn't it? In Cosmos cities, friends, I am speaking, not in rural areas. But do you think it is a social service? Whether they are doing social service for the education of a kid, for that is a lower primary as in KG, isn't it? Collecting 1.52 lakh. Do you think it is a social service? I don't call it as, but they are classified, legally they are classified as not for profit organizations, isn't it? So let us, whatever it is, let us come to the point here and let us stick on to whatever is given in the syllabus. Don't go beyond it, otherwise you may lose marks. That is the ultimate here. You have to score well, right? But in the meantime, you should have these knowledge also, which is extra. Don't introduce in your curriculum, but still have that knowledge in your mind. Yes. Whatever it is here, affiliation fees, whether it is capital or revenue is our question here. It is revenue expenditure, because we have to pay for each year affiliation fees. Even if it is paid once in 2 years or 3 years, for each year we have to pay. We have to pay for maybe for 3 years, another 3 years affiliation. So every year's amount will be paid at a time. So, and again after that, again it should be renewed, isn't it? Affiliation should be received. So that is called that is affiliation fees, which is recurring in nature. So it is revenue expenditure. Subscriptions to periodicals and journals. I think I already explained regarding this in my previous video, right? So subscriptions to periodicals is an expenditure for the not-for-profit organization. Subscription does not mean that it comes from the members. No, it is the subscription we have paid to get the newspapers or periodicals. So it is an expenditure in this case, not income, not receipt. It is revenue, because we have to subscribe for every month, isn't it? Every month we have to subscribe, otherwise we will not get the newspapers and periodicals. So here a revenue expenditure. Then comes locker rent. What do you mean by locker rent? That is maybe some important documents or some important that is valuables might have been kept in a bank under custody. Locker rent, isn't it? Sometimes you can see in case of not-for-profit organization, locker rent appears on the which side? Receipt side. It is an income for the not-for-profit organization. Maybe a small, that is organization which is established, which is providing, that is a locker service, isn't it? Safe deposit locker service may be provided by these organizations. Then it becomes an income, friends. Revenue it is not. That is if it appears on the payment side. I already told you, very simple, how to know whether it is a receipt or payment. Then there is income or expenditure. Refer on which side it is. If it is on the receipt side, income; on the payment side, expenditure. Very simple. Don't get confused. Make it very simple and understand the concept. Clear? Yes. Now, your locker rent is, let us take it as an expenditure appears on the payment side, then it is a revenue expenditure because every year we have to pay the locker rent. For each year of that is a service provided by the banker, we have to pay rent for that. So locker means what? That is a safe deposit that cannot be lifted by 3 or 4 persons, isn't it? Very heavy it will be. So it will remain under safe custody under that strong lock, isn't it? So most of the people prefer to keep their ornaments or that is jewels or valuables in that locker. Sometimes maybe cash also, isn't it? Can't say a lot of cash is there. There is no, it's maybe earned without having that is legal that is authenticity, isn't it? During that time it will be kept under safe deposit locker. So your locker rent is again that is revenue expenditure, friends. Revenue expenditure. Telephone charges, no doubt telephone charges means it is an expenditure. So this is again our revenue expenditure. Revenue expenditure, right? Cost of raising a loan, very simple. See, brokerage paid for purchase of shares, brokerage paid for acquiring a land or purchase of land, cost of raising a loan, isn't it? Commission paid for raising a loan. All these comes under when you acquire a capital asset. When you acquire any capital item, then any expenses incurred thereto should be added to the cost of that asset. Am I correct? In the same way, when you acquire a loan, when you borrow a loan of maybe 1 crore rupees, and for raising that loan you have incurred maybe 50 lakh as the cost, isn't it? Then what is the total cost of the loan? It is 1 crore 50 lakhs. 1 crore 50 lakhs, right? I will give a simple analogy. You have purchased one two-wheeler. You have paid maybe 1 lakh rupee for that, isn't it? Then you have spent maybe insurance, tax, everything, and all these that is extra fittings for that two-wheeler, isn't it? Maybe costing rupees 10,000. So what is the cost of your two-wheeler now? Whether you are ready to sell it at 1 lakh? No. If someone asks how much cost, then you will tell 1,10,000, not 1 lakh, right? Because you will add this amount which is spent on, that is insurance, tax and all those things and extra fittings, isn't it? So this will be your total cost of the asset. In the same way here, when you raise a loan or when you acquire an asset, then whatever expenses incurred to acquire or to borrow that loan or to raise that loan, it should be added to the cost of the loan, and that is nothing but capital. Remember this, friends. Capital. Cost of raising loan is capital. Should be added to the total loan amount. That is what I just explained here by giving the analogy of that is a two-wheeler, right? Yes. So as it is cost, expense, so it will be capital expenditure. Capital expenditure should be added to the concerned loan on the liability side of the balance sheet. Clear? Then audit fees. Friends, every year or once in 3 months or once in 6 months we have to get the books of accounts audited by, that is a chartered accountant or the person who is appointed for that purpose. So when we have to get it done and we have to pay the audit fees every year or once in 3 months or once in 6 months, it is recurring in nature, coming again and again, isn't it? So when it is repetitive in nature and as it is expenditure, we have to treat it as that is revenue expenditure, friends, and should be entered on the debit side of income and expenditure account. Then conveyance charges, I already told you regarding this, is an expense and it is routine in nature, repetitive in nature. So revenue expenditure, right? Yes. Then I don't think there are any new items in your problems. I have covered everything. If you have any doubts or concerns or queries, you can call me, and you can get the doubts clarified. Okay, that can be done in the next class. I will move on to chapter 2, that is partnership fundamentals. Everything is covered here. I gave explanation, and why it is so. Everything I have explained in this chapter. Partnership fundamentals is a very small chapter, but there are many things to cover. And again, most of the problems that are there in partnership fundamentals, they are of 6 marks, not 12 marks. I don't know about a new scheme of that is a blueprint. 90% from fundamentals, that's basic concepts, they will ask only 6 marks, not 12 marks. Maybe 6 marks, 2 problems may be asked on interest on drawings calculation, or that is average period method, product method, all these are there. Then shortcut method is there, isn't it? Then they may ask you a problem on profit and loss appropriation account, then guarantee of profit to a partner. So this is another, that is a topic. We have to cover those things. There also I will not solve any problems, but I will tell you how to treat each of the items, how to tackle, and what is the formula, everything that will be discussed in the class. I will not solve any problem, because already I have solved almost all the problems of question bank. So nothing is left over there, right? Yes. So in the next class, let us move on to the next chapter, that is partnership fundamentals, basic concepts. So make sure, friends, you will study well, you will solve each and every problem. Whenever you struck somewhere any doubts, you just call me and get it clarified. Don't keep the doubts with you. Clarify the doubts, get the doubts clarified. Clear? So this is in brief about the not-for-profit organizations. I will take up the next chapter in the next class. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.